Hello and welcome to the Black Cat Intuitive, which is videos on psychic development, inner self-understanding, meditations, pick a card readings, and channel messages on a variety of different subjects. For this reading, you will determine your starseed origin. You will pick one of the 5 piles to determine what planet are you from. I may or may not say a particular race or planet name, or I may just get an overall sense of the message Spirit wants to relay to you about overall how life has been for you on the other planets of your latest lifetime or series of lifetimes, or the lifetime that most relates to the one you're living on Earth currently right now. Although starseeds can benefit the Earth's consciousness and overall energy, they sometimes have difficulty being on this planet for a variety of reasons. Check out my YouTube written description for a more in-depth understanding on starseeds and the issues they may face. You may also do an internet search on this subject. I set the intention that this reading be for your highest and best good, and then it will enhance your discernment, and you will know intuitively what aspect of this channeled message is right for you. I set the intention that even the act of engaging with this reading will aid in increasing both your intuitive abilities and self-understanding. So now put yourself in a meditative state, or what is to you a psychic receptive state. Then gaze at the 5 cards and pick the channeled message which resonates with you the most. Even the act of choosing a pile in a pick a card reading is an act that can induce intuition development. I hope that this reading is of help to you, and that you consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video if you sense that my content will be of help to you on your intuitive journeys. For this first channeled message, the first word I got was the word water. You really enjoy water, and your recent starseed planet was very fond of water, or covered in water. Your soul's goal is to channel the energy of the planet that you were from, the planet Earth. I feel that these planets that you are from are a little higher, but not much higher than Earth. The planets you were from had water and natural scenery, so was somewhat like Earth, but did not have the evil and violence of Earth. So your planet was somewhat like Earth, but more perfected than Earth. I then heard the words Star Trek technology, so you were connected to a lot of Star Trek technology on these planets. On that planet that you were from, there was a lot of terrain that resembled Earth, but it was better than Earth. I heard the words, the Earth could be so much more, and you have almost an abundance of enthusiasm about Earth's future and what could be brought to Earth. You may be from a little in the future and have an understanding of these technologies and wonder, why hasn't this planet caught up yet? You might have either Aquarian in your chart or have the Aquarian spirit with your enthusiasm about new Earth technologies. You think we Earthlings really need to catch up and are sometimes frustrated when our government and population are asleep. And you are at times, quite frankly, annoyed by the stupidity of a lot of people on planet Earth. Something you might need to work on, perhaps, is to connect with your emotions. Some of you who pick this pile see emotions as inconveniences and can be disconnected from your emotions at times. At the same time, do not chastise yourself for not having the particular emotional expressions as other people. You are all right as you are. A good affirmation for you could be, I accept my emotions and emotional expressions as they are. I allow myself to be different. I may not be exactly like others, but that is fine. I accept myself exactly as I am. I saw an image of a jovial feast on your planet. I saw an image of someone or some people in this pile gathering at a long table with members of different star races and eating together. This is something that had a great amount of high meaning on your off-planet culture. You may be sociable and may connect well with the friendliness of dogs as pets. Even if you're not always sociable, You really resonate with the word fun. A good affirmation for you could be, I bring the light-heartedness of my former starseed incarnation to planet Earth. With my help, the world can lose its evil and go back to its good. There is a reason I am here. I can connect with my heart when I feel it is appropriate and safe. My level of and expressions of emotions are all right. For channel pick a card reading number 2, the first image I got was that of a beaker and the words, "Science is fun." I wanted to understand what this was about, so I looked closer and I saw that they could grow all sorts of different life on the planet that you were from, or the planet of which you had your latest incarnation or series of incarnations. I saw miniature babies and I heard the words, cloning is very natural on this planet. We do things a little different than on planet Earth. I also heard the words, we are very serious, but we also have a good sense of humor. You may have a dark sense of humor, sometimes wry. Sometimes people may not even get your sense of humor, which can be frustrating to you. You definitely do not feel at home on planet Earth, although you can at times fake it. You are fascinated by science and perhaps watched a lot of science and nature films when you were growing up. You have trouble connecting to people, although most of the time you can fake it socially to the point that you can pretend to fit in. I also heard the word weird creatures during this reading, and I saw the image of a gray dinosaur-like creature. I heard pet, and this is the pet that people have on the planet that you could be from. I saw an image of a planet that had been destroyed, and I had the sense that there was a bit of cynicism or sadness or a combination of words from what you saw destroyed on your planet. There was an anger at being displaced, and a distrust of others for stealing from you what is yours for themselves. For some of you, there was a war and your planet was destroyed. There was a sense of cynicism and perhaps anger because you were very displaced and in some places became nomadic and did not have a regular home. On this earth, you have a fear of nuclear war, and for some of you, it's hard to describe, but you know at a core level what nuclear war is, and have even perhaps had your atoms, your body torn apart by this in another existence. This particular pile resonates with me, as I have had the experience of knowing at a core level what a nuclear war does to your atoms. Advice for fitting on planet Earth is to meditate on either the color blue or a blue-green color. It makes you feel the core energy or buzz of planet Earth. Imagine a cord connecting you to the planet, to this blue-green planet. Also say the affirmation, I am at home now. I am in my body now. And also say, I can safely connect to other humans. You may also, if this resonates, say, this is my home now. I am on the earth now. This is my place, and I will make the best of the place I am now. You may also want to get a pet, while reminding yourself of the dinosaur-like pet that was on your home planet. It doesn't really matter what type of pet, as long as it gives you that sense of connection and understanding. You may also look into a daily grounding practice to make sure you are fully secure and connected to planet Earth. For pile number 3, the first words I got was broken heart. You feel the need to protect yourself and others from emotional pain, but sometimes feel that you cannot succeed at this. Then I saw an image of a group of beings in white dresses and robes. They have a spiritual-like essence and are not necessarily compatible with planet Earth. You came bound to this planet, even though you knew that your energy would not entirely be compatible with it. I was interested and these beings, a sense that they are very important in that they watch Earth. The words I got from them were kind of a mix of the words kind and fair. I also heard the word Aru, spelt A-R-U, Aru. I've never heard this word. I think it could be a particular alien race, or some word that had significance in your culture that could resonate with you. I also heard the words be still, and our warriors are very proud of our stillness and control. Your star people were a contradiction of emotions, including attached and detached. You feel a keen interest in how things will go on planet Earth. You feel like you are watching a chess game, and you know that the right side has to win. I see these beings as being very high density beings, and they have like a weird mix of coldness, detachment, and kindness, if that makes sense. From a very high level, they try to change Earth's affairs and manipulate Earth's trajectories. You were them in a previous incarnation in high density. They live very, 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 very long lives. You have lived very long and lives in this higher density. It's almost like you almost do not understand a lot of concepts on Earth, like death. You have an inherent understanding that death is just a transition because people live so long on the higher planetary realm, if they died at all. In the realm you were, you lived long and understood and watched everything. So you have an inherent understanding of a long trajectory of life, if that makes sense. For some others who picked this pile, I heard the words very angry and things are not supposed to go this way. You feel very annoyed when things do not go the way you wish, particularly politically. You have a strong sense, because you had so much control from the position you were in your last star incarnation, in this higher realm, that things should go a certain way. A good affirmation could be, I allow things to go in a different direction than I anticipate. I'm willing to entertain the notion that a different direction can actually be a good direction. Some of the people who picked this pile were very involved with the manipulation of matter and the manipulation and direction of time, as well as the manipulation of time and matter combined. You really don't like it when things go off path. Just being aware of this could help you. I saw an image of several paths starting at one point, winding around, and traveling and coming back to the same point. It is a cliche expression, but all roads lead to Rome came to mind. I hope that image and saying is helpful for you. For pick a card, pile number 4, I got the word, you are a particular type of Palladian. I heard that there are different types of Palladian groups, and they are not all the same as people think. You could be a somber Palladian. I did not quite know what that meant, so I tried to understand it. What you want to feel the most in your soul is for greenery to return, and for peace to be returned to the heart of the galaxy as well as to Earth. I understood it to mean that you are part of a galaxy, you are part of Earth when it was very expansive, very green, very free. It was almost like the universe Disneyland. So you were part of the Earth in the past, and there was very much a sense of wanting to return Earth to the way it was. You are not sure if that is even possible, but you would like it to be. For something you could say, an affirmation, I hear the words, I delve back into the past, not to live there, but to take the essential energy of that and bring it into the present. And even if I can't create that exact scenario that I long for, that part of the past can live in me in this now forever. I see the image of going into your heart and melding all the nows and the timelines and the past into it, and taking fragments of the pieces and melding them together. There's a sense that if you do healing work on this, you will not have to live in pain of the constant sense of longing for something that will never be, but creating something that can be the best of what it can be now. I also heard the words, I feel profoundly displaced. So I keep on going back to that feeling of being displaced and longing for a timeline in what we call the past. I heard the words, the earth and all its inhabitants are learning what they need to learn now. You can be a part of this and take that bit of the past through your heart into the present to meld together all nows in this now. This is an exciting timeline existence for you, and you can release your disappointment and make it this now for yourself and others, the best that it can be. I also heard the words, forgive yourself for soul guilt you feel for not making things right on the earth in other incarnations. You did the best that you could. So for pick a card pile number 5, the first image I got was of bugs. And I got the sense that you were not necessarily a bug-like being in the past Starseed life, but you interacted with bug-like beings in your past life. I heard that there were space wars and heard the word warrior. I also heard the words Orion and Orion wars. There is a strength about you that people can sometimes feel intimidating. The words honor and strength and fighting to the death come to mind. You may have laid down your life for causes in far, far past off-world incarnations on other planets. There is a sense of duty or nobility inside of you, and on this planet you may have carried out that dedication to a cause in this life, but also in the past lives on this planet. You really enjoy putting yourself into or dedicating yourself to a cause. I heard the words, my purpose runs through me, and through my purpose I am renewed. My purpose runs through me, and through my purpose I am renewed. Perhaps you could say these words several times if that resonates with you. You do not understand people who are not as passionate as you, and you do not like to be involved with people who are not as passionate, although you can have superficial dealings with them, but only on a superficial level. I kept on going back to the image of the bug, and for some people I sense that you have had very violent clashes with these sort of metallic, bug-like beings. This is only for some of you, but that is the message that I got. Some of you may even look at certain types of bugs and have some sort of irrational fear, or equally a fascination, respect, and fear for bugs because there were enlarged warrior bugs on this other planet. I heard the words, you can get in touch with your spiritual gifts now. Someone is always watching over you. Your star family is proud of you. And with the right people, you can feel safe. I get the sense that for some of you, there is a sense of adventure because you would travel from one place to another via spaceship, and there was a sense of power while you did this. You may like traveling on planet Earth because it resembles the sort of travel you did on off-world incarnations. Some of the places you would travel would be dangerous. For example, the bug-like warrior beings I keep on going back to. But you found excitement in it. I saw the words mortally wounded and saw an image of someone being slashed with a sword, a really awful sharp object that you were slashed with. So you may have a fear of being stabbed by sharp objects because of this. One of the things you may bring to this planet is a sense of objectivity and sometimes dark humor. I heard the word Syrian race, and you could have been a member of the Syrian race.